Hi, welcome to Art in the Afternoon. Today you will need some lunch bags, can be brown or white. You will need some ribbon, you'll need some glue, some doodads, scissors, and scrapbook paper or construction paper or old greeting cards or magazines. So you can let your imagination run wild. So I guess you're asking, what are we making today? This is what we're making today. This is a little book, and it ties in the front. If I can untie it, okay, and it opens up, and there's just some little verses here. There's some Bible verses in mine, okay. A group of ladies made this for me as a way of encouraging me and thanking me. And inside you have this pocket. And there are more little cards, and they each wrote me something encouraging in there to look at. So there's all different ways that you could use this little book. It could be a memory book. Maybe during this time while we're all home, you would want to write down how you're feeling, or the things that you were thankful for, or the things that you were worrying about, and you could put them in here just as a keepsake to take out later when it's all over and see how far you've come. Or maybe you want to make it for someone to encourage them, and you're going to put some special memories on the cards that they can pull out and look at. So there's all different ways that you could use this. Maybe moms or dads could, even if you're still working on some schoolwork, you could put some story starters on here and use them for family night, and take it from there and just do a story with your family, pull out a card, and have to make up a story around that. So here we go. So the first thing you need are your bags. I'm showing you two. Oop, I already glued these together. So you have to fold them in half, and then you're going to glue them together so they line up. And then I'm going to end up with one pocket here, solid piece in a pocket there, and then I have another solid piece, okay? So, and then if you're lucky enough to have a paper cutter, you can be a little bit more precise with your cuts. If not, you can just use a ruler and some scissors. So I've got that glued, and the next thing I want to do is I want to choose a ribbon for tying. So I'm going to go in on my last page here, and I'm just going to glue this ribbon down about a quarter of the way in. Choose this purple ribbon. And if you have jute or string, you can use that instead if you'd rather that. Now on to the fun stuff. Now I get to decorate. Just for time's sake, I pre-cut things, okay? And my measurements came out to be about 5 inches by 5 1/4. So I'm just gonna glue my papers on. See if I can line that up right. Okay, so there we go. And then I can write something, or maybe some words that I could find that I would want to put on there. So I've got lots of pages to do. So let's see, what am I going to put on this one? Here's another one. I like to be matchy-matchy. My kids always laugh at me for that. Okay, let's see. This one says, cultivate kindness. We need to remember to do that when we're all kind of trapped together, don't we? Okay, so I'm going to put that in there. So maybe that's what the theme of my book should be, is ways to be kind to one another. Okay, so now I have 2 pages. And I can go ahead and work. And I want to make sure I cover this flappy one. We don't want that showing, do we? Lots of glue there to cover that flap. I might put some glue under the flap. Okay, and now what do I want to choose? I think isn't that pretty? I'm going to use that next. Let's see. Don't want to, that's blue. The glue looks just like the color of the ribbon that I chose. Okay. And here's another really pretty one I'm going to use. Make sure you get the corners so they stay down. That's kind of important. Just figuring out which way it goes. And again, I'm making sure I'm covering that little divot there. And then I think I am going to put these roses on here. These are really pretty. I think I'm going to put them over here like that. And I might go in later and add some words with a black Sharpie and make them be real careful and make sure they look really nice. And here's a good one. Number 2, love each other. Be kind. Again, make sure I get my edges. I think I'm going to add this clock because this is a very different time right now. I can remember this time. Stick that on the side. But I also want to remember to keep it simple. Coming right along. So now I just need my front. Guess what Miss Deb forgot? Miss Deb forgot all about doing her back. Ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna use this little ribbon here just to do the front of the book. I'm going to, hope you can't really see what I'm doing here. So I'm just gonna decorate this front with a little bit of ribbon. Cut that off. Make sure I glue the end. Do my last paper. Okay, and I guess I should have moved that down some. I'm not always good at that kind of stuff. There we go. Okay, and now I got these really pretty flowers I'm gonna glue on. I always find that when you're decorating anything, it's always good to use odd numbers. Balances it out a little bit better. I don't know why, it just does. So I'm going to put another one here. Yep. Glue's going everywhere there. And another one there. What do you think? Isn't that pretty? And then I can just tie it together. And I'm not using it. Of course, maybe I wanted to put my string closer. I think that would have worked better, huh? Okay, but you know what? I think I can still do that. I think I can still move that. I'll just slide this down here. I guess I really glued that down quite tight. So hopefully it'll still, I'll put a little bit more. Look at, I got all that extra. See, everybody makes mistakes. I make them all the time. You wouldn't be human if you didn't make mistakes, would you? Now that'll go better. So if I'm going to make little tags, I can just take a little scrap of paper, decorative paper, or like cut out a picture from an old birthday card. Yeah, hole punch it. And you can either cut out what you want to put on the back here, or you could write it. And then to make a tag, I'd probably use a thinner ribbon. But you just fold it in half and push it through that hole. Okay, so you have this loop, and then you take these two ends and pull them through. Look at that, voila. And they could be used as bookmarks too. Dual purpose, and then slip them in the pocket. Now I can tie it up. And I'm good to go. What do you think? That's a fun project. This one takes a little while to do. So again, here's one. Here's the other one. This one has 2 pockets and this one has 1. I'd love to see what you create. Feel free to post your pictures so that we can all see them. And I'll see you next week for another Art in the Afternoon. Bye.